Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Chainlink. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the weekly chart here, as you can see, we have our long-term technical targets for Chainlink, $204 and $130 roughly. And these are based on the Fibonacci retracement that we have set up over here with the swing low printed in December last year and the swing high printed in May of 2021. And once we break the first fib level at $51.60 or 72 cents rather to be precise, then you're going to be targeting the 1.618. Now, the market cap to get to $204 would be sitting at $105 billion. And this is considering the current circulating supply at 517 million tokens. The total supply is 1 billion. So with the potential unlocks and with more tokens coming into the circulation, obviously the selling pressure is going to be far greater, and the more the supply, the less likely it is to get to those prices. But still, 105 billion market cap, with the circulation potentially going up to, let's say, 700 million tokens, the price is probably going to be a little bit lower than that. But $150 to $200, I think that's doable. Next bull market, Chainlink is one of the projects that is most definitely going to break 100 billion market cap in the next bull market, because it's one of the top projects in the space. It's basically working with almost every blockchain, providing off-chain data. It's an oracle, so the importance of this project cannot be undermined. So if you don't have any Chainlink at these cheap prices, then I would advise you look into the project at the very least. So taking a look at the daily chart right now for Chainlink against the USDT, as you can see, we are seeing a very nice pullback here that we were expecting, and we were targeting several support levels here. So the green support trend line was a very good entry that we were targeting at $6.05. From there, we're already up at around about 12%. I'm thinking that we're probably looking for a back test of resistance here off the 20 EMA. That's probably what's happening. We're simply seeing a little retracement to the upside after the pullback, and then we're going to be pulling back down and seeing another low potentially. So the next support level below is going to be at $5.76. So we really want to be paying attention to the news, and not because we care about what they're saying, but because we need to be seeing what narrative are they pushing. Because right now they're trying to push the bearish narrative. They're trying to dump the markets. The inflation is off the charts. It's not going down. The Fed is going to try to fight it with a potential 50 basis points hike. If that happens, we could see a potential move to the downside. However, I think with the recent pullback, that has been priced into the markets already. But we need to pay attention to the speech or to the conference that Jerome Powell is going to have after the FOMC meeting. Now, after that, that's going to be a very important thing to listen into, because we need to be paying attention to what he says, because the markets will be reacting to every single muscle move. You know, it's going to be crazy. It gets volatile during that. So I would avoid swing trading or really trading at all during that period of time. But what I'm hoping for is that he's going to be very hawkish, which will inevitably drive the prices lower, where I can buy in and have more crypto, obviously, before we get into the next bull market. So that's what we have here for the potential support levels. Obviously, if we dip below this December low, that's going to be very negative, as that's technically our local bottom here, where we close the candle the lowest out of all of these, because as you can see, those wicks don't really count. What counts is the body candle close, and here it's at $5.46. So if we dip lower than that, that's going to be quite negative. But in that case, you could be targeting these lower support trend lines that we've been talking about for many, many months on these Chainlink videos. So your major support level below is going to be $5 and $4.82 if we drop back down. But you can see that this accumulation phase here, this over here, is very important, because we're going sideways for almost a year now. And can you imagine the type of breakout we're going to have for Chainlink once we get out of that trading range? It's going to be phenomenal. So I cannot wait for that to happen. I do have a nice bag of Chainlink tokens. For now, I'm not going to be buying any more unless we drop back down to $5. Then I won't be able to resist my urge to top up more tokens. Taking a look at the daily RSI here, as you can see, we have pulled back down, almost getting to the yellow support trend line, which was a very important support level for us to hold. Obviously, we lost the white support trend line. We dropped below the pink support trend line here. So these were the major levels we were targeting in terms of support. And now we're seeing a little bounce to the upside. Potentially what could happen is that we run on the RSI all the way up there to the white resistance trend line, and we see a move down from there, potentially once again to the pink trend line. So that's what we have for the daily RSI. If we see a flash crash and you see something like this on the daily RSI, don't be scared. This is where you want to be buying, because once one of your favorite markets or shops have one of those shops have sales going on, you're probably going to go to the market and try to get something while it's cheap. Same applies to crypto. Now let's jump into the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio. I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, Chainlink over here is coming back down to this support block, or at least we saw a wick down towards that support block, and that was a great entry, anywhere below $6.22. This is a support block that we have been targeting for a very long time, and each time you come back into it, you see a move to the upside. What we're looking for here is we want to break this blue resistance trend line, and we want to solidify above it. We want to back test it as support, and we want to stay above it. And that's going to be very bullish because we're going to be flipping a resistance into a support. The next major target would be $9.45. As you can see, we have retested that multiple times throughout 2022. So we want to be breaking above that, as well as the 55 EMA on the weekly. And from there, we can, have our next targets, but let's not speculate too much. That is our short-term resistance target. That's what we are going to be looking at if we're moving to the upside, and you can be targeting that if you're entering for a simple swing trade. That's also possible. Now the bottom pink trend line here is going to be a major support level for us on the weekly chart, so we could be targeting that, and that's going to be a great entry. What else do we have? That's pretty much everything. The RSI on the weekly hasn't done much. We basically just lost this support trend line, and we could be having a little relief rally into it, and then we come back down lower. And that's going to be your great, perfect entry for Chainlink. So taking a look at, what else do we want to take a look at? The volume here, not doing very good compared to other altcoins, but still this is okay. The stochastic, let's jump into the 3-day on the stochastic. So the stochastic still hasn't fully retraced back down. So once we're back in this area below the RSI of 30, that is your best buying opportunity, because that is indicating that the project or the asset is oversold once it's below the RSI of actually 20, or not the RSI, the stochastic. So the index of 20 is going to be your major buying level. And every time you were in there, that signaled a good buying opportunity. For example, on the daily chart, as you can see here, we are on our way back down there. So if we don't manage to come down there, obviously we're going to be seeing something like this, and we're going to see a move to the upside. But I would just use these extremes as a good level to tell what's going to be happening next in the markets, okay? If you go too high, you're probably coming back down. If you go too low, you're probably going to be going back up very, very soon. So that's pretty much everything we have for Chainlink. Like I said, we've been in the sideways range since May last year, and hopefully the breakout will be glorious. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Patreon, and Discord as well. I'm going to see you in the next update. Goodbye.